Guys, I'm gonna level with you. We are fucked as a society.
Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand.
Hey, what is going on, everyone? My name is Chris, or Chillax, and today, I woke me back to my channel for a brand new video. Now, I just want to ask you all a question before we hop into this hot, steamy mess. Do you ever just look around at your surroundings, at the people around you, and just think, holy shit, what happened to the world? Because for me, man, today was one of those days. So you know how I be. I was taking a shit, and, you know, like most people, I was looking through Twitter, and, well, a little interesting video popped up on my timeline. Simply enough, the caption reads, "I've seen it all, what the fuck?" Now, at first glance, this seems harmless enough. Okay. The thumbnail, it's a little bit questionable. But, you know, I mean, it's not that bad unless you take a double look. And then you realize, this is a grown-ass man dressed like a goddamn baby. Let me tell you, lads, I've never wiped my ass that quick and sprinted up the stairs to start recording a video. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I skimmed through it a little bit just to make sure this is appropriate for YouTube, man. But without further ado, let's just jump straight into this.
My name is Phil, and I like to dress as a baby.
You've got to be joking me, dog. Don't get me wrong, man. I've seen some sad things in my life. I've seen the ending of The Office. I've seen Naruto meeting his parents. I've read Tokyo Ghoul Chapter 53. And yet, somehow, this still manages to beat all three of those things. Now, don't get me wrong, man. We ain't kink shaming out here. You know, people these days, they be out here sucking toes and shit. And I guess to a certain extent, it would still just be one thing if, you know, he was just dressing like a baby. But this motherfucker is actually crying like a goddamn baby. You can't make this shit up, dude. And it doesn't even end there. He had someone come and record him doing this. Like, I'm just trying to place myself in this guy's shoes. If this was like my thing, I would not be fucking putting this out there publicly. Like, imagine having to explain to a coworker or a friend this video. And it's fucked up. But this is the type of shit that makes people not want to associate with you. Honestly, I'm at a loss for words. Let's just keep digging this hole, man.
I support Phil's lifestyle choice. I found out he liked to dress as a baby after being together for about a year.
Barbara doesn't like the nappy stuff, really, and she won't change the dirty ones, but she will put a clean one on for me.
Okay, now I've got some questions for this Barbara chick. Like, is this to fulfill some sick pedophilia fantasy? Or is she just that much of a fucking weirdo? After saying that out loud, I'm definitely leaning towards just being a fucking weirdo. I'm sorry, dude. Like, I'm really not trying to go after them personally here. It's just, I can't wrap my mind around the fact that it's 2019, and we actually have dudes dressing and acting like babies. Like, back in the 80s and shit, we thought we'd have flying cars. We thought cancer would be gone. But this is what we get. Are you joking me? It also just has to be stated. He said that she won't change his dirty diapers, but she'll put on a new one? Like, what? What? Also, I feel like this needs to be said just so I don't have a fucking riot in the comments. Look here. Look. Listen. If you find someone that makes you happy, good for you, dude. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you do this shit, more power to you. But the second that you choose to upload this to the internet, you have tossed out every right to not be ridiculed for something like this. What I'm trying to get at here, I'm not trying to make this stop. I don't think inherently this isn't a bad thing. However, to the average person, this is pretty fucking weird. So naturally, I will stand up for the people and call this shit out.
My favourite thing about being Phil's mummy is caring for him. It's not dodgy. It's more of a lifestyle.
Alright, first off, Barbara, this shit is pretty goddamn dodgy. But second off, do you see this man trying to get out of that baby crib? Like, he is genuinely struggling. Also, a tiny part of me deep down inside died when she said she loves being Phil's mummy. Ugh. Also, I just can't agree with the notion that this is a lifestyle. I mean, first off, we've already seen him in day-to-day clothing, so we know he's not going around public dressed like this. So I think that would make it more of a kink or a fetish. which that loops right back around to being somewhat related to pedophilia. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that these guys are actual pedophiles. I'm just saying that there's the potential that that could play some factor into this.
Sadly, Phil has been forced to keep his lifestyle choices a secret, as he's afraid to tell his closest friends and family.
So instead of just sacking up and talking to your friends and family about it like an adult... Actually, wait, he wants to be a baby, I guess that makes sense. But no, real talk. Instead of just talking to your friends and family like an adult, you make an internet video about it, just exposing yourself? And the way the narrator worded it, it seems like he plans to keep this a secret. Phil? I'm not sure if you know how the internet works, buddy, but once it's out there, it's fucking out there.
One of the hardest things for me is having to hide my lifestyle living as a baby. I don't want it to affect my work. I don't want people to think I'm a weirdo. To me, it's just normal.
I am absolutely terrified that I will never get the image of this grown-ass man sucking down that baby bottle out of my mind. Now, he says he doesn't want people to think of him as a weirdo, and to him it's just normal. Now, this isn't like being gay or being trans. This is like an actual choice. Because let me just put it into perspective for you. Back in ancient times, whenever, there were gay people. There were probably trans people. I don't know the actual signs on it, but I'm just going off assumptions here, which that is pretty dangerous, but I'm gonna do it. But you know what there probably weren't a whole bunch of? Grown-ass men dressing up and acting like a baby. Therefore, it's not like we're making fun of this guy for something he really can't control. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is a possibility he was just born that way. I mean, I don't know how that works. I'd imagine if we didn't actually have this whole society set up, this probably wouldn't be a thing. But the bottom line is, this sure as hell seems like a choice. And I mean, if it's causing him that many problems, I don't get why he just doesn't stop, honestly.
I never really got to enjoy my childhood because we moved around a lot. And I think that's where the age play comes from. But to be honest, I'd probably still do it.
Alright, this brings up another issue, because I know people like that where they moved around a lot as a kid, whether it be because like their parents were in the military or just had jobs that were constantly moving. And let me tell you, homie, they did not end up like this. He also says that he'd still probably do it anyway, which again, I mean, if he's just getting enjoyment out of that, I mean, I don't really think that's a deep-rooted thing. But again, I don't know. I'm really talking out of my ass here.
What I do when I regress to being a child is I colour books, I watch kids' films, play with children's toys. It takes away all the stress of being an adult.
Phil, I'm not sure if anyone told you this. You don't have to dress up like a baby to do those things. Fuck, dude, who doesn't still watch kids' movies and play with toys? And to a certain extent, I get what he's saying. Being an adult's probably hard as shit. I understand that completely. I'm 18, I'm starting to get out there a little bit, and I'm realizing the world's fucking difficult, dude. But to regress to the mental state of a baby? That just can't be healthy for you. I mean, if being an adult is that difficult, wouldn't you want to stay in that mindset so you can at least learn how to adapt to that? Because when you switch into the mindset of acting like a baby, that's not going to prepare you for anything. Like, if you get so used to acting like a baby, when something difficult actually does come up, what the fuck are you gonna do? Honestly, I think I was wrong calling this a kink or a fetish. This is just really an unhealthy coping mechanism.
So usually I'd make Phil something fresh, like a blended bacon sandwich. But it's hard when it's like this, so I'm just doing this for now.
I'm done. She is actually feeding him baby food. Plus, I gotta give a shout out to Barbara. She just kind of proved my point. From the way she made it sound, he chooses to be in this state. Because normally, he'd just eat the bacon sandwich. But now, he will only take baby food.
I just hope that people can leave us to live our lives the way we want to live them, without judgment.
Damn it, Phil. You got really close to saying something of substance there, and then you just had to throw it all out the window. I completely agree with you. Everyone on this planet has the right to live their life the way they want to. However, the big contradiction here is you uploaded this to the internet. If you were just going about your day-to-day life and doing this at home, there's nothing wrong with that. But the fact that you publicly put it out there, again, that leaves you open to judgment. Honestly, I don't know what I was expecting with this video. It didn't end up being a hoot. It didn't even end up being a holler. Shout out to Goblin. I'm kind of about to start stealing your phrase, homie. But all in all, is what Phil and Barbara's doing weird? Of course. Is there anything inherently wrong with it? No. And with that, guys, I really don't have anything left to say. Well, anyways, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all have a great day. I love you all. And take care.
We don't believe what's on TV because it's what we want.